Hey there everybody, I'm Trudy, One Grounded Angel. This is the weekly angel card reading video for the week starting June the 10th, Monday, June the 10th. How crazy is that? And we're running through to the 16th, 2019. So let's get going. This world is moving very fast. We should crack on with it. Solar plexus chakra. So if you're an absolute newbie to spirituality, you might not have heard the term chakras. They're sometimes called chakras. I use both pronunciations because I'm not sure what's right, and I don't really care about that sort of thing anyway. But they're energy centers basically. So we are surrounded by energy. We have an energy field around us, and life force energy flows through that. Prana, chi, Kundalini, whatever you call that energy, and it moves through certain energy centers which are shaped like a disc, and when those chakras are out of balance, they're blocked, that the energy just doesn't flow as well. And each of those has a certain like an area that they're associated with. The solar plexus is about power and control. It's located in the solar plexus, funnily enough, near the navel. And so it's about, if you've got too much of this energy, you might be trying to control other people. Or equally, you might not have enough and you're trying to control other people to make yourself feel safe because you don't feel in control. So you think if everybody else is doing things that I think they should do, then that vindicates my own values and my own choices. If you're lacking in energy in this area, you might be giving away all your power to other people. You might be letting your partner make all the decisions, or you might be letting your company put you wherever they want you to go instead of you saying, this is what I want to focus on. And what else is it associated with? It's about anger is the primary emotion really that comes up with the solar plexus. And if you think about issues of power and control, those prompt anger in us. We get angry when people try to control us. We get angry when we've got no control over a situation. So that's what's going on underneath often. And I've talked about anger a lot. It's a surface level emotion. There's always something deeper going on. If you want to make progress and really deal with those emotions in a helpful, healing way, you're going to have to get to what's going on underneath. Dealing with that surface level anger isn't going to help. But obviously I'm a big fan of using healthy ways to deal with your emotions. So yes, talking, yes, therapy, yes, energy healing, but also practical things you can do to stop yourself getting into that reaction from a place of anger will help. And obviously exercise is a really healthy way you can deal with anger or emotions. Anything that doesn't involve drugs, alcohol, junk food, etc. No judgment. Tuesday, we're all human. Your home is protected by angels. So I used to have a real problem with feeling unsafe in my home. I'd be worried about maybe someone breaking in or fire or anything like that happening for no particular reason. It wasn't like I'd experienced those things, but for some reason I've often struggled to feel completely safe, and that often affected my ability to sleep because I couldn't switch off because I felt like I needed to be alert. I was in emergency response mode. But the more energy healing I've done, the better I'm able to trust and let go of those fears. So if you struggle with concerns about safety in your own home, asking Archangel Michael to send guardian angels to each door and window to protect, to make sure nothing comes in and that the occupants are safe, that can be a really good thing to do at night. It can help you let go and trust and go to sleep. But for some of you, this is more practical stuff. If you're looking for a home, ask the angels to help guide you to the right place. Obviously, it's not going to be that simple. You still have to actually do the work and go out and look at them, etc. It's not like the keys are going to land in your lap. But you get what I mean. You need to be asking for help with these sorts of things. Some of you, I think, are living in places that aren't right for you, and you've been knowing, you've kind of had a knowingness about that, and this might be confirming that the angels are trying to tell you to move on. So it depends on where you're at in your life stage or circumstances as to how this lands for you, but it is about safety. Your home needs to be a haven, and if it doesn't feel that way, you've got some questions to ask yourself. Is that because you're in a relationship that isn't actually right for you anymore, that you've outgrown but you're scared to let go of? That's the reflection of that light you could see on my face is not any divine beings, it's a reflection of the cards, just to let you know. So think about what's going on, why you're not feeling safe. and maybe it's nothing to do with anyone living there, or even the fact that the energy's stuck. It might be just that you are you're projecting your own anxieties. It's really about the way you feel within your own skin rather than your home itself. So big questions, I know, but we don't get anywhere if we don't ask these important questions. That's how we grow. Wednesday, brilliant idea. This relates a lot to Saturday's card about ideas and inspiration. In fact, it's pretty much the same message, just in a different card deck. So again, we're being asked to really wake up to the ideas that are being sent to us. If you are asking for something, and it's not showing up, often this card is a very clear way of the universe saying, we're giving you a solution, but you haven't been listening. Or we've been showing you a solution, but you've dismissed it because it wasn't what you expected. For example, if you're asking to win the lotto because you want more money, and you're not winning the lottery, maybe that's because the universe has already sent someone to loan you money and you said no because you didn't think that was right. I don't know. That's an example. If you've had a brilliant idea lately and you're holding back on acting on it because you feel like you're scared or you're worried about maybe it's not right, ask the angels to help you with this, because they're really trying to light a fire under your butt, again, as I said last week, and trying to get you to go for it. But that can only come from you. It can't come from the angels. They can't do the work for you. But again, ask for help to address what it is that's holding you back, and then follow that guidance. First step, very practical message here. If you are daunted by the scale of something you're attempting, the project, whatever it is, maybe you're moving house, this reminds you to break it down into steps. Don't focus on the full picture, too overwhelming. You'll be so paralyzed by panic you won't move. Break it down into steps and do one step at a time. That is how we get up the whole staircase, one step at a time. Yeah, really try not to let the scale of things overwhelm you or keep you stuck. Break it down, get a plan, figure it out, and then you can go for it, because you've got a way to approach it. And just keep focusing at what's in front of you, on what's in front of you, I should say. So shuffling now for Friday's cards. I'm going quite fast, just like this year. Not sure if this card deck is maybe not right for me, or whether it's just my hands being so cold. I can't quite get them to. Yeah, it's not right. I'm going to go here now. That's better. Okay, Adriana, I am leading you towards the answer to your prayers. Please listen to and follow the steps. Use that word step again. I am communicating through your intuition, thoughts and dreams. So follow the guidance. This angel, Adriana, is actually on literally a staircase, taking one step at a time, and guiding those two children with her to follow one step at a time. So you're getting the guidance. This is really a really strong theme around trusting your intuition, knowing you've already got the answers, you've already got the resources. You're the only one holding yourself back. So stop doing that. Just keep moving forward and know that it'll be okay, even if you can't see the entire staircase just yet. What do we got here? Ooh, not for you. Unfinished Symphony. Oh, these are really different cards. I don't know how to marry them together. This is really tough. Okay, let me start with this Unfinished Symphony. This is about reminding you not to be a perfectionist. Sometimes issues of perfectionism are tied up with that solar plexus chakra stuff, because it's about control. So we set these high standards for ourselves because we think if we achieve them, then we'll be happy. And then, of course, we don't, because we're human and there's no such thing as perfection. Or we try and we try and force our standards of perfectionism onto other people, and they let us down. So this is about being okay with where you're at right now. You might notice the music in the background, the keyboard. Music goes. In this card, the idea of the music going on and on is really the theme, and it keeps going. So you stay on that cycle. Don't give up and think I'm not getting anywhere and stop. Yeah, being okay with the process in a way that relates to that idea of taking the first step and just keeping going, resilience, I guess, is probably a theme for this week. Now, this is throwing a spanner in the works, not for you. Something that you're considering that is not right for you. Now, that's going to be a little disruptive because we just had these messages about trusting your intuition and knowing that something's right for you. So what I'm getting here is that the chessboard is significant here. So if you are being drawn into a situation where you're being forced to play games or where you're being forced to follow someone else's rules, don't go along with it because it's comfortable, and don't go along with it because it seems like what you're supposed to do. You are making your own rules, okay? So I guess, so it's not contradicting the earlier message about what's right for you. It's just asking you, it's just shining a light on something that is not right for you. And sometimes that's the best way to figure out where to go, is by eliminating the things that are not right for us. So yeah, I feel like it's very much about where there's tension and there's drama. Some people are drawn to drama because that's what they were conditioned to expect, or that's what was role modeled to them in their family of origin. And you know that that's not right for you. So really trust your intuition, and which is, in a way, the cards are confirming that what you already suspect is not right for you is not right for you. Yeah, I know it can be difficult to discern the difference, but generally the voice of fear or the ego will have a sense of urgency. You've got to call that person back right now or you'll miss out. Or if you don't give that person another chance, you'll be alone forever, or some crap like that. Whereas your intuition always knows you've got time to achieve your goals. It's not going to rush you. It will say, go in this direction, keep going. It will gently encourage you. And it just feels right. I can't explain it any better than that. I wish there was an easy way to tell, but asking for a sign can certainly help. Is this right for me? I feel, and don't just throw that out there and go, maybe choose this choice. Is that right for me? Really listen to what you feel is right for you and ask for a sign to confirm it. Don't ask the angels to illuminate the right thing. Trust your intuition on what is the right thing and then ask for them to confirm it. Let your past go. Let it go, let it go. Really tough thing for people to do, because often people have this idea that, a bit like sliding doors, you know that movie with Gwyneth Paltrow, if I had just gone out with that person, my life would be better. Or if I just had better parents, things would have been so much better. Or whatever it is you're convinced is holding you back or has ruined your life, or put you on a path that you didn't want. You're just going to have to let go of that, because honestly, you're in the right place. You truly are. I know you wish things could have been different, but they weren't meant to be. You're meant to be here so that you can learn something. And again, those ideas of perfectionism come into play here, because there is no perfect chain of events. And I talked last week a little bit about taking responsibility. Sometimes you might be in this situation because you've made some bad choices. And so forgiving yourself is going to be the only way you move forward, and learning a lesson. Yeah, look at where you're stuck to the past. Are you stuck to the past because you are not happy with your present and you feel like things shouldn't be this way? And maybe that's because you need to actually change things rather than putting your blame back in the past, which keeps you stuck. And I guess being too idealistic is important there as well, making sure you're not being too idealistic, I should say, because that's another way you stay stuck. I don't know if that made sense. I hope it did. So I think, looking at these messages, I think they're really trying to encourage us to move forward with our goals, giving us some practical steps here and kind of helping us get our perspective right, so that we're looking at just what we need to do at each point instead of being overwhelmed. And these messages about control and perfectionism have also come into play for the week as well. That's it. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you also for your amazing feedback. I do read it, even though it takes me a while sometimes, and thank you very much for sharing it. I love that you're all responding to these messages so wonderfully. These go on my social media each day at One Grounded Angel for my Instagram, and of course my Facebook is also called One Grounded Angel, funnily enough. My website is www.onegroundedangel.com, and you can reach me through that as well. Just hit the bookings tab. If you don't want to make an actual booking, there is an option to within that to just find more information, and you can contact me that way. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back next week.